Welcome everyone to today's session, and really looking forward to getting started and looking at some different websites. I'm adding a bit of a theme today, so I hope you enjoy it. Basically, we're looking at how design of websites impacts our perception of value. Now, this is particularly important for businesses that are either at the low end of the market, i.e. you're charging very small prices, or at the very luxury end of the market. So we're going to be reviewing some luxury sites and having a look at sites throughout the spectrum today. And as we're analysing the sites that have been submitted, we're going to be having votes. Do we think this business is at the low end of the market or the high end of the market? So good to see everyone's dropping in the channel. You might notice today we have new improved sound. Yes, because previously, because I'm a complete technical dunce, we'd only been having single channel audio. So this mic had only been feeding through one speaker. Now, when I was a drummer, I'd be recording with 14 mics and managed to get this right. So the fact that I'm now struggling to use just one leads me to think that I'm in mental decline. So let's hope that the session is good before I lose the ability to even speak. Drop your welcomes in the channel. Quick survey. Let me know how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10,000, where 1 is I am the barnacle on the bottom of a boat, and 10,000 is I am ascending a glorious Friday into a beautiful weekend of test match cricket. Okay, so we're going to be looking at some luxury sites. Had plenty of submissions this week for websites. In fact, I've got about 60 to work through, so we're not going to get through 60. I've got a fair few. I wanted to show you some stuff initially, and then we're going to do the same thing as always, where we pick one site that's been submitted to me by email, and then one site that's shared in the channel. As always, if you've got any feedback, if you've got any ideas, you've got any suggestions, drop them in the channel, and yeah, I'll try to engage everyone. I've got you all on a second screen here. Good stuff. So let's get stuck in with some websites. So the question that kind of spurred this luxury theme was, how is the stuff that we're talking about with conversion and things like that, how does it apply to luxury? Do we need to have a different frame of reference when we're looking at luxury brands? That's a very good question. And long answer, short answer, no. Let me explain. So hopefully now you can see the old screen. Gucci. So a bit of kind of background. So we do these free website marketing reviews for different businesses. And over the years, we've had a lot of luxury type businesses send over their sites. And often they're referencing, Gucci or Moncler or something like that. Like they want to be seen as a luxury brand and they want to sell their products at similar price points, with similar margins to a similar sort of audience as these brands. So the logical approach to take is, I'm just going to copy Gucci. I'm going to copy Moncler. I'm going to do what they do for my products. If they sell theirs, I'm going to sell mine. Now that's slightly flawed, because if we think about the 6 conversion elements, these are the 6 things that need to be in place for a site to really be kind of ruthlessly optimized. They are credibility, some kind of lure to get people to convert, objection handling, so need to find the reasons why people might not buy and make sure they're answered, social proof, ease of use and ease of conversion, and giving people a natural result when they do convert. So those are the 6 elements. Credibility and social proof, extremely heavily weighted in those 6. Your business needs credibility, the product needs credibility. The business needs social proof, the product needs social proof. Now, if we think about Gucci, by the way, I'm completely distracted by this. I've noticed this woman, if we just go back a second, there was actually an Exposure Ninja video where I had my glasses on like this, not dissimilar. So I'd like to think that I am influencing Gucci in some way. And actually my mum looked like that when she married my dad, who bizarrely looked like that. So I'm beginning to think my identity's been stolen. Anyway, if we think about Gucci and a brand like Gucci or any high-end luxury fashion brand, the credibility piece is there. They have credibility before you even get on the site, because everyone wants to look like this, right? Because lots of people know Gucci. It's famous. It's sung about. Everyone knows Gucci. So the credibility piece is there. They don't have to demonstrate that on the website. They don't need to say 3,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, whatever, because they don't need to, because you know Gucci. The same with social proof. I don't want to be the first person that takes a chance on buying something. Well, if I go on the Gucci website, I know I'm not, because this is going to appear on thousands of people's, Pinterest boards. Everybody wants the stuff. Well, some people apparently want the stuff. There's social proof there. I'm not feeling like I'm the first person. So if you're a new brand or a challenger brand, you need to exhibit, you need to tick the credibility in the social proof box, because your brand hasn't done that yet, right? Your brand doesn't own that in the minds of the visitors. So that's a really important distinction. You're not playing the same game as Gucci. You're not playing the same game as Louis V. You're not playing the same game as Moncler. They've spent billions literally to build the credibility and social proof before you get to the website, so they don't have to play that game. Their job is easier than yours. Okay, so that being said, let's have a look at some of the conversion elements that are in play on Gucci. So we can see, layout of, there is a look with Gucci, isn't there? There is a look where you don't, certainly in Nottingham, you don't get a whole lot of people that look like they're from the Gucci product pages. Maybe I'm in the wrong parts of Nottingham, but those trousers are bold. Real bold. Iconic. Okay, let's have a look at the typical conversion elements. Let's go and have a look at this bag, for example, and let's see how Gucci is selling this bag on the page. So right up the top here, we got a bit of kind of credibility. They're selling the story, right? Because with luxury, whenever you buy something that's luxury, you're not paying for features and benefits. You're paying for features, benefits, the credibility that it gives you, and some kind of story, okay? So the fact that this ties back to Jackie in 1961 and it's part of the iconic, collection of Gucci or whatever, there's a bit of a story there immediately. So that's cool. Product photography, it's worth saying, the quality is extremely high, as you would expect, but really high. Like, you couldn't get any better, to the point where I'm actually surprised that they're able to deliver such high resolution photography. It's really good. We've been forced to kind of go through an extra page to do this, but hey. So look at the layout of this product page. This is completely non-traditional. We're never used to seeing high quality product imagery sat behind the basket stuff and the product image and the product description. That's quite unique. Again, really high resolution product photography. Looks really good. You can see the product from all angles, so you've got all your questions answered. One of the main objection handling problems with a lot of e-commerce businesses, and particularly for luxury, is that if I can't see the thing from all angles, we had a client a few years back that sold really expensive dresses, and they love Gucci, so they didn't want to have to, you don't want to have to try and sell it too much, but you have to if you're not well known. Anyway, low quality product imagery. You saw it from maybe one or two angles. You didn't get anything like a kind of a hands-on type experience at all, which is a real problem, right? Because you're asking someone to spend, a few grand on a dress, and they don't know what it looks like. They don't know how it works. They don't know how it's fastened. These are big things that they've got to get over. Unless you want a 40% return rate like ASOS, you've got to answer as many of those questions as you possibly can. And you can zoom in on these and see even higher resolution images. So this is great. Product imagery, great. Now, the description, pretty decent description. They're not trying really hard to sell it to you. They're not telling you, how it's manufactured. They're not telling you, probably because they might not want to. I don't know. But yeah, they're not working as hard as they could. But then, hey, they're Gucci. They don't have to. So what I did is I just had a quick Google for... I just had a quick Google for other kind of designer handbags to see what else was out there. Now, when we talk about the perception of, how design impacts perception of price, this is a great example. So this is an e-com store selling loads of different brands and loads of different products, obviously at a much lower price point. And there's some key tells which tell us it's at a lower price point. So we've got kind of mixed design styles here. We've got a whole range of different fonts. We've got different colors, and we've got fades and bar colors, which are kind of contrasting against each other. Everything's fighting for our attention. It reminds me a little bit of, not quite Sports Direct, but it's this looks lower end, doesn't it? And you can guess the price of the products before you even see anything, just from the look of the site. Matt, yes, let's do it. You sell Stone Island and Moncler and that type stuff, don't you? Absolutely. Jonathan says, guessing you won't be buying Gucci just yet. Actually, Jonathan, I have a Gucci bag which I bought. And it's really nice, but it doesn't look anything like any of the other stuff on the website. So, yeah, that's the caveat. Also found this one, which is by Anya Hindmarsh. So this is a very, I don't think there is anywhere near as well known, but I wanted to show you how you don't need to be Gucci in order to have amazing, beautiful product photography. So really, really good looking product imagery on these sites. If on this site, if we just have a look at one of their products, beautiful layout, and tells a reasonable story about the business. Now, the difference between this and Gucci, and the reason why they're going to struggle to build the conversion rate that Gucci does, is they're asking me to buy this bag based on only really the bag, right? All I've got is the imagery. Yes, the imagery is really good, but there's the Gucci bit that's happened before I've landed on the website, which I'm not getting here. So I don't know anything about the brand. I don't know the story of the product design or anything like that. So if I was selling this type of thing, I would be much more focused on telling the story in these product pages, because if I see a product I like, great, that looks nice, 500 quid, okay, well, I can justify that if I can see the story about, the artisans that made it, black and white imagery, story about, all that type of stuff. So there has to be a story, there has to be a reason. Let's keep going. What have we got here? So here we've got a business that's trying to do that, but there's some fundamental failures, okay? So the color palette really doesn't work for luxury at all. This kind of lime green thing is really bad. And then we've got this styleless button in the middle that says shop the summer sale. The product imagery is almost okay, right? It's almost okay, but it's too low resolution, and it's just not quite as crisp as we'd like to see for a luxury type product. Some of the layout, anytime you make the product look like an absolute commodity, like there's a whole bunch of them just thrown in a heap on the floor, it really, really doesn't help the perceived value at all. So there's being a luxury brand online is about not dropping the ball as much as it's doing everything right. And there's some little tells here which just give things away that this is a much less fully formed business. So yeah, spending money on product photography seems to be the name of the game. Now, the site that was submitted, I believe it's this one here, Pocket Full of Dreams. Let me know if you're on the on the chat today. So wedding photography and wedding stuff can often become a luxury purchase, because there are people that want to spend $1,000 on a wedding. There are people that want to spend $100 on a wedding. And as someone who's played in a fair few weddings in my old band, I know that there's a lot of illogical purchase decisions going on about weddings. So it's very important that if you're at the luxury end of the market, you position yourself that way. So we have this site. How do we analyze this site? So let me know, anyone in the channel, what recommendations would you give to this site just looking above the fold initially? Anybody got any suggestions here? I know we're on a bit of a delay, so it makes it a little bit awkward. So I'm going to give you a couple straight away. Firstly, above the fold, no description of what this business does at all. Okay, now if I scroll down, I can see luxury wedding planners and designers UK and Europe. That's fine, but at the moment all I see is this. So it could be photography, it could be flower arrangement, it might not even be anything to do with weddings. I'm only saying that because I've already been on the site. So what we've done is we've kind of missed it. Yeah, no menu, information what they do, doesn't say what they do, contact details top right. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. No menu is a really important one. So the menu only appears when you scroll down. So what I do here is, this is the Gucci thing, right? There's a very common mistake with luxury, and that is we're going to let the images do the talking, or the images do the selling. This is very common with photographers as well. We don't want to appear too eager to sell, because that reduces the impact. Let me tell you, flicking around the Gucci site earlier, there's pop-ups all the time for their in-person video call experience. A call to action is not, it doesn't damage your position if it's presented in the right way. So as we scroll down, we can see there's schedule a call, which is great. But look at the logical order of how we're going through this page. Top menu, top above the fold section, no information about what you do at all. Then schedule a call, to find out what the business does. Then we get the headline. Now, I know they're around the same area, so it's not going to be a huge issue, but just think about the journey that people are going through when they land on this page. First thing I need to do above the fold, I need to know what you do. I need to know if you're solving my problem, right? As long as we've got that, then we can start justifiably asking for the conversion. Schedule a call though is okay if people know why they're going to be scheduling the call. So what's the thing that they're actually going to get from this? Why are they scheduling a call? Who should be scheduling a call? So if you're booking your wedding and you want to talk through plans, or you want to brainstorm or whatever, blah, 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 schedule a call. So there needs to be a reason to do it. We're going to have a look at what that CTA does a little bit further along. So authentic celebrations, considered gathering, pocket full. Okay, at the moment, I'm not getting any reason to buy from you whatsoever. Kind of looks like a wedding photography site at this page still as well. Okay, now we've got information about the business, but look how many page scrolls I've had to go through. 1, 2, 3, 4 page scrolls to even get any information whatsoever. So what we've done here is we've gone too far down the images are going to do the selling for us, and the truth is, honestly, they won't. Okay, we've given so much prominence to the images, which is great. And it does set, I know that you're going to be high end from looking at the amazing, beautiful photography. So that's fine. I'm not beating up on the fact that you're using full page images. That's absolutely fine. What we need to have done, though, is established exactly what you do for whom and why people should buy from you way before we start selling the lifestyle piece. So that'll be the main feedback there. If we go and have a look at the CTA, the other thing about the CTA, there's one at the top, and I think that there's one right at the bottom. So all the way throughout, I've got no CTA. Then it's book a consultation, which is slightly different to request a call, schedule a call, book a consultation. Right, and there's no context around the book a consultation. So if you think about objection handling, why wouldn't someone book a consultation? Don't know if you're right for me. Don't know if you can help. Don't know what the consultation is. No idea what happens. Let's just click on the button and see what happens. So we go through to Calendly, okay? Right, so this is not only the booking page, this is the sales page for the consultation. Because there was no information about the consultation previously, this needs to do all the job of setting selling the consultation. So ideally there'd be some testimonials on here about, oh, I had my consultation with Michelle. Amazing. I was so stressed about my luxury wedding, but she just made it completely seamless. And oh my gosh, she's so professional and it's just amazing. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited with all the ideas. She totally got my vision, whatever. I could write wedding planner testimonials all day long. Yes, so we need to sell that. So you can either sell it on the previous page, which frees up this Calendly page to just be the booking, or you sell it on this page. The thing I don't really like about this is I will connect via Skype, so please add Pocket Full of Dreams and send me your Skype handle. People don't know their Skype handles, right? As someone who runs the Exposure Ninja podcast, we do all the recordings on Skype. I'm talking to well-known marketers and people who run businesses, and they're like, dude, I don't know my Skype handle. Right? So the average bride or groom is not going to know their Skype handle. So we're immediately throwing up a blocker there that's going to prevent them from converting. So we want to make it as easy as possible. So at this stage, we want to grease the chute, right? We want to grease the chute, make it an easy conversion. So they're going straight in and it's very, very seamless. So just make it as easy as possible. Give them multiple ways to just focus on booking the consultation. At this stage, just sell the consultation. Then in the form, you'll say phone number, Skype, whatever suits you, whatever. Make it easy for them there. But right here, we don't want to be throwing up conversion blockers. So that'd be my feedback there. Now, also gave the example of this site as a kind of reference site. Now, this site is a classic photographer. Oh, it says not secure in the header. I don't know if you can see that there. None of us are, mate, but your website should be. The mistake that these guys have made is the photographs will do the talking, right? You know, the trouble is they won't. So again, there's no headlines anywhere. We've got some places that we've been featured, which is great. The other thing about this site is it's very, very much about him. I'm Benjamin. If you look at the about page, it's all about the guy. Now, I know people think, well, the About Me page is where I finally get to talk about myself. No, the About Me page is where you talk about how your story helps your customers. Okay, it's not about you. It's never about you. It's always about them. Find me a bride or groom that doesn't want their day to be about them, right? I want to, my vision, I love printing, I hope, I like to, I've had, for me. No, dude, not about you at all. No CTAs anywhere. So pretty standard. Right. Again, no menu. What do they do? Yes, Jonathan, great question. What problem is he solving? Grace, spot on. So actually, Benjamin has a menu, but it's underneath the top image. Because here's the other thing. People have an oversized opinion of the importance of their logo or their name. No one is going to convert on your website because of your logo or your name. Unless you're Gucci, right? You don't need it to have all of that space. This is someone whose creativity has unfortunately got the better of them. So yeah. Cool. Right. Let's do some, I was going to take you through a whole bunch of other sites, but to be honest, I think we've made our point. So I've got some sites that have been submitted. I'm going to go through some of them in a little bit. So if you've got a site that you want me to have a look at, drop it in the chat. We're going to have a look at Matt's Island first. Let's have a look at this. Let's close down some of these tabs. Okay. So Matt, you're an interesting space, aren't you? Because I actually think that you're selling, these are second hand, are they, I think? Or maybe not. Okay, new and pre-owned. Okay, great. So I would set that scene above the fold very, very clearly. Now, £10 off your first order is okay. It's immediately selling this as a price thing, which I'm not sure that it is. Also, not sure that given the prices, whether £10 is compelling, whether £10 is compelling to your audience, I'm not sure. Your position might be that you're selling luxury brands to people that wouldn't go on the Stone Island site or they wouldn't go on the Gucci site and buy it in it because they're buying it secondhand or whatever. So I don't know. So it depends on your audience, but think about what sort of, and by the way, if you're submitting your site, it's going to get knocked out. You need to just write it how people are writing, you know, in the channel there. So it's just like Matt's Island. Right, don't put the .com, otherwise it's going to get kicked off the YouTube comments. Okay, so £10 off your first order. It's great to have a lead gen element. That's fantastic, and 100%, you know, back you on that. Whether £10 is the right thing or maybe a percentage, something might be worth considering. Depends how sticky your audience is, but actually I think your average order value is pretty good. So let's go through and have a look in the shop then. So let's go to jackets and coats. See what we've got here. Okay. So we've got the filter exactly where we'd expect it. We've got the text exactly where we'd expect it. Now, product imagery. I'm not 100% on the product imagery. I reckon if we went on the Prada site, we will probably see these same items positioned much more attractively. It's okay as like a, I don't know what you call them, but like a flat lay is okay. I would see if you could invest in a mannequin or something that's going to make these items a bit more attractive in the images. I don't know what you guys think. Give some feedback here. Not sure how right. So yeah, for me, they don't necessarily look luxury. If I already knew that product, I might be like, okay, that's cool, but I wouldn't see that and be like, oh, that looks sick. Let's just have a look actually how Prada. Okay, so there's actually a subtle difference between some of these and yours in the lighting, right? So this is obviously laid on the ground and there's, ripples, creases, okay? And if we look at this, there are no creases. So whether it's on like a, ghost mannequin shot or whatever, I know it's a different material, so it's going to crease less. Actually, that jacket looks sick. But yeah, I'd say that the look isn't quite the same. You'll see that all of these are like puffed out. So whether you get like a transparent mannequin or something that you can take these photos on, I would suggest that will probably give you ROI. So I would focus on product imagery here for sure. Because I don't think these look as good as they possibly could. The other thing I'd think about is whether you're allowing these products to go full screen like we saw on the Gucci site. So clicking on it, if that makes it full screen. Actually, let's just have a look. All right, so it does. That's pretty cool. Okay, but because it's not like laid out super nice and actually looks like there's a little bit of like dirt and stuff on it, it doesn't feel as high end as it possibly could do. Now I know it's secondhand, but if you can make it look like it's new, right? This is the Del Boy kind of market trader thing. Like you actually want to make this look like a new product so they can't believe the price. Yeah. Okay, so product imagery, definitely. I'd invest. I'm guessing that you're taking these shots yourself or, in the business yourself. So I would invest in a decent camera, right? A decent camera with a decent lens, and get one that's optimized for that angle, right? Not that's going to distort it. So not super wide, not super portrait, something that's just right. Lighting looks okay, but if you didn't have the creases, I think it'd look even better. Right. Information about the product is pretty minimal. Depending on how much time you've got and the price point, it might even be worth making a quick video about it. Show it on a mannequin, have someone talk around it. This amazing Prada black zip ski jacket, retailed at whatever, 600 quid. We've got one of them in XL at 125, beautiful jacket. It looks really good. Like, let me show you some of the details, that type of thing. It can be like a 30-second video. You can bash it out. But if it looks good and it's selling it, then I think, that what you want to do is increase your conversion rate on these, right? So the other thing I wanted to do is figure out if I can somehow identify what the new ones are versus the used ones. So what we might want to do, because these might be different customers, we might want to segment them in the menu. So it might be secondhand, new, and then categories underneath those. Unless we can filter on the page here. Mr. Crapper says, get a deal with local dry cleaners. Dry cleaners second-hand clothes to look new. Not a bad shout. Matt, I take photos against a white background using my phone. Okay, great. So your phone is going to be a significant upgrade. What I would do is get something with a decent lens. Spend 500 quid on a lens and 400 quid on a camera. That'll pay for itself. And lighting looks pretty good. Then get one of those transparent mannequins or something where you can make it look, really, really sick. But I know you've got a great business because I've spoken to you before. So I know this is great. Right, sort by newness. Let's see how much new products you've got. Oh, my computer's having a nightmare. Okay, right. So these are okay. Got it. So I don't think any of these are new. They're all secondhand, right? But you're sorting them by kind of usage. Okay, fine. Okay, so for me, it's product imagery. That's going to be the big thing for you, because you're not selling luxury per se. You're selling luxury at a good price. I think the site reflects the price that you're selling at. So therefore, let's amp up the luxury with the product imagery. Okay, and then also let's think about traffic. So your brand pages are going to be absolutely key, because this is going to be, people searching for secondhand Moncler jackets or used Moncler jackets. So we need to make sure that these manufacturer pages are well optimized. So I would turn right. This is a key page for you. Used Moncler clothing. This is what you want to rank it for. Absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing is, I'd wonder if, because you're selling secondhand, I know that 380 down to 345, but this jacket probably would have been, what, 1200 new? So I wonder if there's a way of, you know, RRP 1200, used price 345 or something like that, just to really emphasize the fact that you are getting a really good quality item here for a significant discount. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so product imagery, and then optimize the living crap out of these brand pages, because these are key. If you can get that ranking for secondhand Moncler clothing, then you're not only going to attract a whole bunch more items, but you're also going to get a whole bunch of really commercial traffic, and that's what you want. Okay, let's look at another site. Who have we got? Yeah, people saying they agree with the images. Everything's super creased. Let's have a look at slimbridgesoaps.co.uk. Who's that from? Where's it gone? It's disappeared already. Andrew. Slimbridgesoaps.co.uk. Then we'll do another one from the email list. Okay, shop here for all your... So again, what have we got? Right, join our mailing list for promotions and news. Subscribing it. Right, so cut the join our mailing list. Say the headline is get 10% off your first order. Right? Or reveal your discount code. We saw someone submit a site the other day that said, you know, the CTA button rather than submit was like reveal, right, for the discount code. Great, love it. So get 10%. Let's sell the benefit, not what they're actually doing. So get 10% off your first order. Get your discount code when you subscribe to our... Let's not call it the mailing list, because the mailing list is what it technically is. We're calling it something like the Slimbridge Soap Insider Club or something like that, right? Where you get the latest news, the latest promotions, the latest updates, the latest discounts, something like that. Okay, so first thing. Another business that's given way too prominence to the logo and this tree. Okay, so shrink that up, shift that down. You know, let's really focus on the stuff that's actually super important to people. This whole header section feels pretty messy, to be honest. We've got login, we've got the basket. They're all different styles and different looks. If we're going for a luxury thing, it needs to be really well designed. But any, you know, super professional designer, just get them to, you know, design something which looks great. One of the great things about luxury design is it's actually about ratios and the relative sizes of different items. And a really good designer who has an eye will be able to give these a ratio that makes total sense and makes it look so much better. And as someone who's tried to amateur design stuff over the years, I know that I can get the elements there, but it doesn't look right. A great designer will just, oh, well, that needs to be a little bit smaller. That needs to be a bit smaller. And with the ratios, they can get it right. So you want balance on each side, and it just looks really good. So yeah, the tree isn't the same tree as the soap label. Ho ho! Jackie, join the QA gang. Love it. Great spot. So shop here for all your luxury soaps and soaks. Love the video. This is cool. I never really thought about how soap's made. I actually filmed a commercial for Lush Cosmetics once. I was the camera guy for a Lush Cosmetics commercial. Don't know how that happened. It just happened. But this makes me think of that. Okay, so the other thing here is we've got padding issues, which makes this text quite intense to read. Think about, you know, shrinking, adding a little bit of padding around all of these. So it's just a little bit kinder, a little bit easier for people to read, because this is a good kind of, you know, sitting down, 5-minute read to get through all this stuff. So people just aren't going to do it. So I wonder if we can subhead, or we can have another way of telling this story. Basically, it's great that we've got text because that allows us to rank. We've just got to find a way of presenting it that's nice. Okay, we don't so these are our product categories. Let's just go and have a look at shop soaps. Okay. From fantastic goat milk soap to smooth shaving soap, we offer a full range of 100% natural soap. So what I'm wondering is if it's possible to get a benefit bar underneath this menu, which says something like 100% natural products, free delivery on all orders, blah, 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 right? Like 3 USPs, which mean that whenever people come onto the site, they've got it. They know why they should buy from you, because I saw something about free delivery on all orders, but it's gone now and I don't remember it, and if I wasn't a website analyzer right, I might, oh there it is, it's right at the top there. If we can have it on a benefits bar, it frees up this space and it means that it's visible on every single page, and it's not going to be missed by idiots like me. Vegetable oils, cruelty-free production. Okay, so if they're vegetarian or vegan, or they're not vegan, but if they're, yeah, whatever, then that's USP. All of these are great. Really cool. Okay, let's have a look at some of these product pages, and I'm going to get on you at product photography, because that, unfortunately, I know that there's like leaves there, but that looks like someone said, I can't remember the name. Rich, we need some images. It's quite sunny. Should we go outside in the back and, yeah, find some leaves? Yeah, let's find some leaves. There's a bit of wood underneath that. Oh, it looks natural. Yeah, that's nice. Hold it like that. That looks nice. It looks okay, but it looks really amateur. So if we want to justify this as a higher end product photography is important. Very important. Okay, I'll tell the story about this in not just this way. I would actually, do you know what? I came across a site the other day. I was filming a video about actually increasing e-commerce sales yesterday. And I came across this site because someone was like, Tim, you need a hobby, you idiot. All you do is work. So I was like, well, I could maybe play some more drums. And I found the Andertons website. Now, Andertons is a music shop in Guildford. And for those who don't know, the music shop world has just been ruthlessly ripped to shreds by the improvement in e-commerce. Loads and loads, particularly like drum shops, they're all out of business, right? They're all gone. So how are the ones that are surviving? Well, they're surviving because they've got really freaking good at e-commerce. Okay, so this is a really good e-commerce site. This is really good at selling product. So what have we got here? We've got information about the product. We've got star ratings. We've got information about delivery and all that type of stuff. All the stuff that you would expect to see above the fold. Good quality product imagery. We've got, these are effectively the things that you would have in the benefits bar at the top of the site. So free UK delivery, click and collect, loads of gear in stock, 98% FIFO. The real master stroke for me is the descriptions on this site. So if you can copy this approach to descriptions, I think it'll do you wonders. So firstly, we've got the person that this is written by. Most sites will just use manufacturer description and they're really generic, whereas these are actually really useful and they're actually informative. Then we have a custom video for each freaking product. This is an 8-minute video. Turns out I actually know the dude in the video, where someone is playing the drum kit, they're talking about what it includes, they're talking about the features. Like, this is freaking great. So could you do that with your soaps? This is how it's made. These are some, like, just saying all of these things, but in a cool way, right? In a video, it's so compelling. So as long as the video looks good and is well lit and good sound and stuff, then I think that would be something to do. So yeah, I think that would really, really help you. And the great thing about that is, you're thinking this is a whole lot of work to sell a £5 soap. Yeah, it is. But if you can establish that £5 soap as the one that lives in the downstairs toilet, then when it runs out, they're buying another one because they love it and they've got the story that they can tell people. And when the visitor comes out of the toilet and says, oh, that smells nice, you're like, yeah, and guess what? It's all made of blah, 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 and it helps with these. And by the way, you can use it on your face and it helps with that. You know, you've given them the story, haven't you? But you got to sell them the story in the first place. So I'd work harder on some of these products, and it also means that you could then run paid ads through like Google Shopping. You might break even on the first sale, but you're looking for the repeat sale, and then you've got a chance of really establishing this. So I'd look at how high you can push your product page conversion rate, because that's going to open so many options for you, and that's the same for any e-commerce site. Okay. Let's look at some other sites. Let's look at some that have been submitted by email because I've got loads of those that we need to get through. I'm going to pick... We had someone... Oh, actually, we've just done Slimbridge Soaps, which was on my list. Great. We're doing well. Let's try and find one that's a bit more service focused. Okay, Aurora Periodontal. If you're in Aurora Periodontal, brace yourself. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. Interesting. Okay, Beverly Hills. Lovely part of the world. This is an interesting site. So Sharona submitted the site. Do you know what? There's a major difference between UK and US dental people. The US people tend to be, they seem to spend half of their lives marketing. Okay, even though they're always the one on the site. Love it. Okay, CTA here. Want to hear all the updates about functional oral health? Give me a yes in the channel if you want to hear all the updates about functional health, or an N if you don't think that that's something that you would submit your email for. A Y if you would, an N if you're a hell no. Hell no. I don't want to hear about functional oral health. That sounds like a chapter in a textbook. That doesn't sound cool at all. For me, it's a hell no. Right. Let's see what we've got here. This stuff, I don't understand what these are. Looks like there's some writing above it. It's probably credibility, but I can't get that. This site needs a redesign. Sharona, this needs a redesign. We've got some great reviews. This is fantastic. And amazing. The best dentist I've ever been to. Highly educated, carries herself with empathy, compassion, and excellence. I mean, poof. TMJ pain, way. Amazing. Right, so this is serious, this is awesome. But look, we're immediately going off the site, so we need a different plugin that doesn't take people onto Google Maps. And this site needs a redesign. You are worthy of better. You are worth it. Lanap Vamp kills vampire germs. I'm super confused. I'm really confused. If we've been talking about luxury and perception, the perception of this site, unfortunately, Sharona, the best quality things are the imagery, your photo, and this stock photo. Other than that, this is a little bit of a mishmash. We need to get some professional design in here ASAP. This patient's on life support. Andy says, sounds like you'll get pictures of gross mouths. No, thank you. Yeah, functional oral health. People don't typically want functional oral health. I would also hazard a guess. We've got this weird 2-layer menu. They probably want to look good or to remove that freaking annoying whatever, right? Solve pain, drive towards pleasure. And even if they want to look good, it's because they've got some pain that they're running away from. So that's the thing I would sell in the newsletter, not functional oral health. It's almost on the services section. We've got Dr. Sharona Dayan's functional approach to treating gum diseases. It sounds like a product from the 1920s, isn't it? Roll up, get Dr. Sharona Dayan's functional approach to treating gum diseases. It'll make you 2 feet taller and it'll fix all your marital problems. The amazing Lanap laser treatment for gum disease. Oh, I can't even process the information. What are we selling? I still don't know. Functional gum disease. Right? It's like problems that we solve or services that we offer, but what it isn't is a services thing that's a combination of both. You're really troubled. Really troubled. This needs completely throwing out and starting again. Let's see if we can find, actually I know a great dental site because we consulted on it. Bowlane Dental, often ranking very well in London. The other thing I really like about the Bowlane site is the imagery that's used, because a lot of dentists go straight for stock imagery. Bowlane actually have a kind of hybrid approach where it looks like stock, but it's actually not stock because it's all in Bowlane. and it's outside their practice. So it's really, really cool kind of hybrid approach. But look, you can see what we've got here. We've got video consultations. We've got contact details above the fold in the top header, top right. Dentist in London, you know, this is really, really good. We got the download the guides. Now I'll probably position these a little bit better. Information, credibility, stories that looks really sick, you know, all of this stuff. So this is a good looking site. Yeah. We first got Bowlane Dental to the top of Google in London, and yeah, they made the equivalent ad cost for the rankings that we got was about $3,000 a day. They would have had to spend $3,000 a day to get that ranking visibility. Yes, Jonathan says this is the sort of design the first dental site needs. Absolutely, yeah, that's why I showed it. This is an example of a great dentist site. Okay, let's do another. Oh, I've deleted Safari, it's all gone. Who else is joining the barrage? Okay, lots of N's for that one. Integritysoftware Net. Grace, you are up for your great suggestions. Integritysoftware Net. Construction accounting software. Okay. Do we know what this business does? Construction accounting software. Yeah, we do. Control your costs, improve your bottom line with construction-specific management software. Pretty straightforward. Explore our software is the call to action. Not sure that is necessarily warranted. I'm on the site to explore the software. I kind of know how to do that. So I'd wonder about whether there's another kind of CTA that could help there. We've got 3 CTAs really. Well, actually, we've got 5 CTAs above the fold because the freaking cookie message is there. We've got the live chat, we've got contact us, we've got take the quiz, and we've got explore the software. I'd try to focus on one specific user path, maybe 2 if you need to, but try to focus on one. So contact us could possibly be eliminated if you've got a demo or you've got a free sign up or something that you find works really well. Take the quiz is okay. We're going to do that in a minute because I'm curious to see how that's going to work. We've got some credibility here. We've got testimonial, which is great. Download our brochure. Okay, so we've got another CTA here. Got that, book your demo. So for me, there's just so many different CTAs. I'm not entirely sure which one I want. And then we've got this one where we can choose, you know, all the combination. Right. Who's your competitor? Let's have a look at your competitor, Grace. Let's actually have a look at construction accounting software. See who's bidding the most in PPC. Oh, you. Let's have a look at some of these competitors and see what their CTAs are. Okay, well, this is crap. No CTA at all. Book a demo. Right, that seems to be their main one. Let's talk. Generally, I'm not sure that people are necessarily... Oh, and then you click let's talk and it goes to pricing. Okay, interesting. Let's talk. I mean, they just really want to talk, don't they? They're just really, really keen to talk. We're ready when you are. Yeah, but you weren't with a CTA, were you? Okay, we're forcing them to add all of this stuff, which is a really bad idea. Yeah, okay. So weak CTAs there. No CTA. Right. So it feels like the industry hasn't yet decided what the best CTA is for this space, which is fair enough. Fair enough. So I'd copy other spaces instead. We've got a client who does a great job of converting. You can see the CTA's book a demo. This isn't like, hey, contact us, talk to us or anything. It's book a demo, and only if if they think you're about to leave, they're going to give you the ebook. But it's book a demo. The Academy is their kind of content portal. They just want you to book a demo. And the great thing about having a kind of a single conversion funnel that you're driving people down is a bit like the free website and marketing review that we offer at Exposure Ninja. We don't need to mess around with, hey, talk to us, or if you're interested, maybe we could do this. Everything we say, it's almost a bit of a joke, but everything that we do is just get a free website and marketing review. You want to work with us? Great, get a free website and marketing review. Think you might need some marketing? Get a free website and marketing review. So I wonder if there's something like find out how much you could save, book a demo, or something like that, where you've got one catchy CTA that taps into the main thing that they're really looking to solve. So find out how easy it could be, or it's probably costs and improving your bottom line, right? Find out how much wastage there might be in your current processes. Book a demo. Book a demo. Whatever the question is, book a demo. Well, just book a demo and we'll sort you out, right? There needs to be something that's along those lines. And then it needs to feel a bit more compelling than that as well. So look, here's the book a demo next step process, right? So then you go through to a page which is about booking the demo, and that needs to sell you on why you should book the demo. So this is classic Exposure Ninja. Book a demo. One of our team will take you on a no obligation walkthrough of our performance management technology. They're telling you what's going to happen. And then you've got the 3-step process that's going to, so it can't be fill in your details here and we'll be in touch to arrange a demo. Because I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know if someone's going to try and pitch me or anything like that. So it's going to be name. That's fine. It can be required. Email can be required. And then it's going to be some kind of qualifying criteria. Book a demo. Probably going to ask company as well, or you might ask for work email, which will allow you to judge what the company name is. Yeah, so that'd be the main feedback there. I mean, good amount of information on all of these. Yeah, looks reasonable. It looks like you're ranking pretty well as well. Let's have a look at your new to construction software thing as well. Okay, the trouble is, find the right construction accounting software for your business. I'm on a construction accounting software site. There's just no way I feel like I'm going to get any result other than you. So I wonder if there might be an alternative thing that might be like, find out how much you could be wasting. And it might be like ballpark figures. So find out what your turnover is. Is it possible for you to judge based on your experience looking at lots of construction businesses to tell what sort of margin they might be able to free up by moving to something like this, even if it's just ballpark? So we think you could be in line to save between 100 and 500,000 a year. Something like that might be a bit more compelling than giving them a specific product name, which they can't even buy on the site anyway. So it's kind of pointless giving them that. So yeah, I'd have a think about that. Yeah, I can't buy it, so I kind of want you to help me through this anyway. Yeah, so that'll be the thing. And then once you do that, it looks like your competitors are weak, so what you're really looking to do is drive them all out of business by just absolutely dominating. Okay. We have, Jackie, we've got about 7 minutes left, so I've actually got a meeting slam on at past. So, one more site. Oh, Jackie said equi2.co.uk. Let's have a look at that one as a competitor. See what we're up against here. Okay, this is the other angle that you can take. You can lead with the case studies because this is the same thing, right? Find out how this business saved this. And then, of course, the case study is not really about how the business saved it. It's about how your software saved them that. Let's see how they're using these. Ugh. What is that for a CTA? Rubbish. Yeah, must be better, must be better. Weak CTAs across the site, really. There should be a site-wide book a demo thing. Look at this. Well, they've even got that space that's just kind of ready for it as well. Yeah, weak. Really weak. Yeah, so I wouldn't look inside your space for inspiration at all. I think really on the whole, these competitors are pretty poor. Like Mr. Crapper said, I'd go, a level above. Let's have a look at Zero, see how Zero's doing things. It's slightly different because I think, there's a self-serve platform, whereas yours, it sounds like you need someone to take you through. So maybe look at trying to think of other businesses that you actually need to book a demo and you can't just try out. Yeah, not sure. I'd have a look at other software companies, basically. People like clearreview.com. They're doing a really, really good job. Massive growth, really awesome. So I copy that rather than stuff in your space. Your space seems to be fairly sleepy, which is super news. Right, so Grace has said, main CTAs book a demo, but site is low converting, so felt we needed something softer. Okay, great. So what you can do there is actually go to watch a demo, because book a demo feels like I'm going to be sold something from a salesperson. So you got two ways of improving the conversion rate on a book a demo thing. Either go to watch a demo where they basically put in their details and they watch a video or something. Or you have to sell the demo a bit more, because if it just feels like a sales call, that has limited value. If the demo is something like find out how we could help your business improve your margins with this software, then there's two benefits there. There's the software and then there's the improve the margins. So what are they really looking for? No one's actually looking to buy the software. They're looking to improve the margins. So the demo should be something which helps them do that. Okay, gets them one step along the journey. If you think about your customers, they're all moving along this journey, right? From where they are. Which way around are you? From where they are to where they want to be, right? So the job of your CTA is to get them one step further along that line. So where I am now, I don't know my margins. Everything's really expensive, but I know that at the end of the year, there's not very much left. Where I want to be is I want to have really tight control over all my stuff. I want to know exactly how much I'm paying out, and I want to be able to increase my profit, right? So the next step along that might be like, let's get some clarity. Let's perform a diagnostics to see if this thing will pay for itself for you or something like that. But it's not just maybe book a demo doesn't have high enough perceived value if people aren't sold on the concept of software or your software enough yet. So I'd think about that. Okay, we don't really actually have time to do any more. So if you've submitted sites, if you've submitted a site to us, then thank you. We will continue going through as many as we possibly can in future. I saw that maybe we're going to do a construction industry focused workshop in future. Sounds like a great idea. Happy to do that. Certainly built a hell of a lot of tradesman sites in the past as well, so kind of know the space fairly well. I hope you've really enjoyed today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Remember, it's Friday. It's not Saturday yet. So you've got another 1/5 of the week. Don't take your foot off the brake. Decide now, what time are you going to give 100% until? For me personally, I'm going to give 100% until 6 p.m. today. I'm not going to give 80%. I'm not going to cruise through to the end. Even though the cricket's going to have started, I'm not going to be watching it. I'm going to give 100% because it's still a 5th of the week. So on that note, have a great day. Thank you all for joining us, and talk soon.